Good day. Welcome to I Hope channel. In today's episode, we will study the phases of economic development. In this video, you will discover that there are phases of economic development. Hence, these phases must be observed for the economy to improve. Are you now ready to learn? Economic development, according to Pagaduan, is the process used by the government of a nation to improve the nation's economy, political affairs, and the social well-being of its people. It is also defined as the process which includes not only economic growth or the increase in the given amount of goods and services produced by the country's economy, but also considers the social, political, cultural, and spiritual aspects of the country's growth. The government of each nation finds possible ways to make the economy improve. They venture into varied investments locally and internationally. More so, if the political affairs of a country would be settled and made actively fair, the economy will also follow. Social well-being is the reason why a nation is in economic development. Furthermore, economic development is an effort to improve the quality of life for the community by creating and retaining jobs and by supporting and growing incomes. Sustainable economic development ensures that the present generation is fully met. Business managers must be conscious of their decisions to avoid the abuse of ecological elements like air, water, and soil, as this will threaten sustainable economic development. Economic growth, on the other hand, is the increase in the given amount of goods and services produced by the country's earnings. What can you say about the Philippines economy at this time? What are the processes being observed by the government to have development in our present economy? Share your idea in the comment section. This time, let us proceed to the main topic of our study, the phases of economic development. There are 5 phases of economic development. These are Malthusian, government-led or local economic development, kuznets or government versus environment, human capital-based, and post-demographic transition. Malthusian was proposed by Thomas Robert Malthus. It is a theory about economic growth that depends on the rate of population of a certain area. The economic growth is inversely proportional to the population. The higher the population, the lower the economic development. Study the graph. It only means that population is higher than the resources. Thus, the point of crisis or problem is when the resources can no longer suffice the need of the population. The graph will always vary depending on the situation of a place. Government-led or local economic development is an approach of the government towards economic growth which allows and encourages local people to work together to achieve sustainable economic growth and development. The government supports the partnership between the local and national institutions towards strategic implementation. Kuznets, or government versus environment, was proposed by Simon Kuznet. The existence of a pattern or behavior between economic growth and environmental degradation is consistent with the environmental Kuznets curve or EKC hypothesis. The graph shown in your screen is showing the Kuznets theory that as the earning or income of a country becomes bigger, the environment deteriorates. The environmental Kuznets curve showed that as the capita income of a country becomes greater, the environmental decay is getting worse. However, there is a need to restore the loss, for if not, it will hinder the economy to flourish. Human capital-based is the measure of the economic value of an employee's skill set. Thus, it also refers to knowledge, skill set, and motivation. It could also be invested in through education and training. The government is doing its best to train its people to be educated and skilled. Post-demographic transition was proposed in 1929 by Warren Thompson. It is the transition from high birth rate and death rate to lower birth rate and lower death rate as the country develops from pre-industrialized to industrialized economic system. At this demographic transition stage, fertility rate decreases when child mortality is low. That's all for today. Coming up in our next episode, the nature and levels of planning. This has been Ariel Hilbuena, the video creator of I Hope channel, inviting you to like, subscribe and click all notifications bell and watch our next video. Until then, bye.